Hello, my name is Maritza Montero and I'm going to talk about language teaching and language assessment. So language teaching refers to the big process of teaching a second language. And here we are talking about institutionalized teaching. So this means the instruction in a second or foreign language within a system of education. So this also implies that we have to think about several elements, such as the level of the students according to their age, for example, the skills they have to develop, the methodology or pedagogical perspective that we are using, because there is not only one way to teach a second language, but we have different proposals. Also, the resources, the contents, everything is organized and planned in a language teaching. And also, according to Bachman and Dambok, teaching sets up the practice games of language learning, the opportunities for learners to listen, think, take risks, set goals, and process feedback from the coach, and then recycle through the skills that they are trying to master. I like this concept really much because I think it is great to relate language teaching with the opportunities that we give the learners to experience the second language. So I think all of our work as teachers is related to this, to create these experiences and these opportunities, all in an organized context. Language assessment. I think it's important that assessment and tests are not the same, and sometimes we think the concepts are the same, but language assessment has to be understood as also a process, but a process within the process of language teaching. So it is an important part of this, and I also took this concept by Bachman and Dambok, and they say that whenever a student responds to a question, offers a comment, or tries out a new word or structure, the teacher subconsciously makes an assessment of the student's performance. So I agree with this, that we shouldn't be understanding assessment as certain moments or activities that we do at the end of the class or at the end of the week, but we are assessing continuously the skills of our students. How do they inform each other? I took this image from the book, and I think it's great because we can see here that the big process is teaching. Then we have this process of assessment, and then we have the tests. So these tests are strategies, techniques, resources for the assessment process. And I think that assessment is an important part of teaching, since educators are able to determine the level of skills or knowledge of their students. So I think this is the reason why assessment should be a permanent activity, because the level of the skills, the needs of the students, their knowledge is also continuously changing. So we cannot start the school year knowing that our students have certain level and then just work the entire year according to this initial diagnosis. But we have to assess all the time, also to adapt our own strategies, because assessment helps to determine the amount of students that have achieved the objectives, also the students that have difficulties, and also our own techniques So if we are always assessing, we can know what activities are the best, what resources can provide a more meaningful learning on our students, and which techniques are the best ones that we can use, what do they prefer. So this is important because it's on both sides. Like we have to know what our students need, and also we have to know what we are doing well, and what maybe, for example, resources are not great, or that we can do better. So assessment finally helps to improve the whole teaching process. And that's it. Thank you so much.